where there is a cause for anger and still you don't become angry. How does that happen? Somebody is irritating you, insulting you, blaspheming you, and still you take it lightly. Why? That spiritual power has come. As a part of our summer camp, we are doing the Vyakhya of Bhakti Shatak. These are 100 verses written by Kripaluji Maharaj which summarize the philosophy of divine love from all the Vedic scriptures. We are on verse number 9. In explanation to this verse, we discussed that there are two kinds of devotion. One that we do, which purifies our mind, and one that we receive by the grace of God and Guru. The first one is called Sadhan Bhakti, and the second is called Siddh Bhakti. Now, if we wish to go into more detail, the Sadhan Bhakti is also of two kinds. Sadhan Bhakti and Bhav Bhakti. What is the difference? You are striving to engage your mind in God. You place it in God and it comes off. Again you place it there, again it comes off. This is called Sadhan Bhakti. And doing this Sadhan Bhakti when the mind becomes 50% attached to God. Now after that, the mind naturally runs there. In other words, you don't have to take it, it goes automatically. That is called Bhav Bhakti. It doesn't mean that one has become God realized. It only means we have now reached a level of maturity. So have we reached Bhav Bhakti or not? There are some symptoms against which you can measure yourself. What are the symptoms of Bhav Bhakti? Kshantir avyarthakalatvam viraktir manashunyata Asha Bandha Samut namagane sadaruchi asaktis tadguna akhyane pritis tadvasatis thale ityadayonu bhavasyur jata bhavankure jane. Rupa Goswami Pad in his Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu has described these symptoms. That when you reach Bhav Bhakti, by virtue of the devotion, your mind will have reached such a level of purity that the first symptom manifesting will be Kshantir. What is Kshantir? Where there is a cause for anger and still you don't become angry. How does that happen? Somebody is irritating you, insulting you, blaspheming you, and still you take it lightly. Why? That spiritual power has come. Anger, greed, hatred, envy, they are all the generals of Maya. And the mind is material, they are all sitting inside us. Can you see them? You can't. But it doesn't mean that they are not inside. The cause is not there. The moment the cause comes, the anger will manifest. But that is the benefit of bhakti. You keep on doing bhakti, and as the mind gets more and more attached to God, it gets more and more detached from the world. And the sign of detachment then is, there is a cause of anger and you don't become angry. So this is kshantir. Second, avyarthakalatvam. You have tremendous value for time. You don't wish to lose a single moment because you feel it's a precious opportunity to remember your divine beloved or to do something pleasing to him. When Bhav Bhakti, this symptom becomes very obvious. We value time and we don't wish to waste it. If somebody starts speaking something worldly to you, you feel, oh, somebody is feeding me gobar and how can I eat it? The mind has reached that state of vyartha kalatvam and virakti, the third symptom. Virakti means detachment. In other words, loss, gain, success, failure, they are all taken in stride. Detachment doesn't mean we have run away from the world. Detachment means we are in the world, but the world is not inside us. In other words, no matter what happens, this is not my goal, and that is why it does not disturb us. Big kings like Janak, Dhruv, Ambarish, Prithu were detached. Detachment is an internal thing. Ramakrishna Paramahansa said, be like the boat, which is in the water, but the water is not in the boat. So be in the world, but don't let the world be inside you. The fourth is manashunyata. Freedom from the desire for praise, for prestige, for respect. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had emphasized this above everything else. Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. So amanina manadena. Desire no respect for yourself. Always give respect to the others. That is the man shunyata. Freedom for desire, for praise, for respect, for prestige. And how does that come about? When the humbleness increases and increases. And one realizes that I am most insignificant, what praise is due to me? Fourth, Asha Bandha. Asha Bandha means complete faith. I will surely attain my divine goal. In this there is no doubt. The sign of bhakti is faith. And lack of bhakti means lack of faith. I don't know if Krishna will adopt me or not because my nose is crooked and he likes people with straight noses. All kinds of doubts our mind creates, right? So, when we move ahead, the faith comes. I have no means to reach him, but he is Patit Pavan. He is Deen Bandhu, savior of the fallen, rescuer of the destitutes, and hence, because of his nature and his grace, I have full faith that one day I will surely attain him. There is a story about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told by Kripaluji Maharaj. One disciple asked Mahaprabhu, how long will it take me to attain God realization? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you see this tree? The number of leaves on it, it will take you these many lifetimes. So the disciple thought, really? That means after 7,000 lifetimes I will actually meet Krishna. He started dancing. The Mahaprabhu said, wow. He said, no, you will meet him in this lifetime. Then he started jumping up and down in the air. In this lifetime, I'll meet Krishna. Mahaprabhu said, you'll meet him in this very year itself. Now he could not control. He was running this way and that way. I'll meet Krishna in this life. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you'll meet him in this month. So his heart was swelling in joy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, all right, here have darshan of Sri Krishna. Another disciple asked, why did you start correcting like this? First you said, as many leaves as there are on this tree. Mahaprabhu said, look, when he developed this firm faith that he will meet Krishna, that faith attracted the grace. And with the grace, his faith strengthened even more. And that deeper decision, Asha Bandha, attracted even more grace. The sign of Bhakti is Asha Bandha. And the next symptom is Samut Kantha. Samut Kantha means the yearning for God keeps on increasing and increasing and increasing. Ever increasing. This bhakti is ever fresh. It's a spiritual bliss. Prema mein purnima nahi. Purnima, the moon increases to fullness and then starts decreasing. So material love, that also increases and then slowly it starts decreasing. One wife asked her husband, they were newly married. She said, will you still love me like this when we grow old? He said, I hope you will not start looking like your mother when you grow old. Otherwise, how will I love you? The love goes up to the peak and then goes down. But spiritual love is ever increasing. Prema mein purnima nahi. Pratikshan vardhamanam. Narad ji said. So Samut Kantha, Nama Gane Sadaruchi. The next symptom, tremendous bliss in the chanting of the Kirtans of the Lord. In other words, Kirtan appears so dear. You feel, oh, let's have a little more, let's have a little more. Not that, oh my God, 2 hours have gone by, enough of Kirtan. What Kirtan, Kirtan, Kirtan? So in Bhav Bhakti, God is appearing so sweet. And He comes in through the ears far more easily than He comes through the eyes. So that is why this yearning for Kirtan has become so deep. Namagane sadaruchi pritis tad vasatis thale. The places that are associated where He displayed His pastimes, they appear very dear to us. Asaktis tad gunakhyane. In the same manner, attachment to hearing about His pastimes, His qualities, etc., these are all the symptoms of Bhav Bhakti. They are the signs that the heart and mind are now getting cleansed. It doesn't mean that the goal has been reached. It just means that we are on the track. And that is a good way to measure yourself. Is my anger reducing? Is my optimism increasing? Am I becoming more humble? The bhakti must produce the consequences. But the sadhak has to still keep on doing the sadhana. And then finally, as a result of the sadhana, the mind becomes totally surrendered to God. Your wish, O Sri Krishna, is my wish. O Gurudev, Your wish is my command. Anukulyasya sankalpaha, pratikulyasya varjanam. So the state of Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja has been reached. Complete surrender. That is the point for which God was waiting. When that point is reached, we become eligible for the divine bhakti. The para bhakti that is being searched by big yogis and munis and jnanis. Muktanam api siddhanam. Narayana Parayana Sudurlabha Prashantatva Koteshvapi Mahamuni. So by the grace of God that comes through the Guru, we get Para Bhakti. Now this Sadhan Bhakti was of two types, Sadhan Bhakti then Bhav Bhakti. Either you break it up and say it as two, or you put it together, club it and say this is Sadhan Bhakti. Now Para Bhakti you got, that's called Prema Bhakti. This Prema Bhakti, the day you get it, we will become God realized. Vidyate hridaya granthis chhidyante sarva sanchaya kshiyante chasya karmani tasmin drishte paravare. The bonds of Maya will be cut asunder. The sanchit karmas of endless lifetimes will be burnt. The darkness of illusion will disappear and we will be united with God forever. That means now God realization has taken place. But there's even more after that. Like I said, there is Sneh Bhakti, Man Bhakti, Pranay Bhakti, Rag Bhakti, Anurag Bhakti, Mahabhav Bhakti and Madhunakhya Mahabhav Bhakti. So, now, how high will the soul go? Depends on the kind of bhakti that you cultivated. The bhakti will reach a fruition there. But if your bhakti is tinged by desire for self-happiness, not material happiness, spiritual happiness. I want to always be with Krishna so I can enjoy his bliss. This is Samipya Mukti. It's a Mukti, liberation of the devotees. Salokya Mukti. I want to always be in the abode of Krishna so that there is no tinge of material misery. Sashti Salokya Samipya Sarupaikatvam Apyuta. But if the soul is a true disciple of a true Guru, then he or she has practiced not my happiness, the happiness of my beloved. Tata Sukha Sukhitvam. So the Sakam Bhakt will stop at Prema Bhakti. Now the Nishkam Bhakt, one who is in Dasya Bhav and Shant Bhav, he is my king, he is my master, they will also stop at Prema Bhakti. One who has cultivated Sakhya Bhav, Krishna is my friend. Now the Bhakti will go beyond Prema Bhakti, Sneh Bhakti, Man Bhakti and Pranay Bhakti and Rag Bhakti. Will reach up to Rag Bhakti. Prema Bhakti, Sneh Bhakti, Man Bhakti. You see, the Sakhas also fight with Krishna. Pranay Bhakti and Rag Bhakti. And those who have cultivated Vatsalya Bhav, he is my child, they will go Prema Bhakti, Sneh Bhakti, Man Bhakti, Pranay Bhakti, Rag Bhakti and Anurag Bhakti. And those who have cultivated Nishkam Madhurya Bhav, like the gopis, they will go through Prema Bhakti, Sneh Bhakti, Man Bhakti, Pranay Bhakti, Rag Bhakti, Anurag Bhakti and Mahabhav Bhakti. That is the stage of the Maharas. They will become eligible for that. Beyond that is one category, Madanakhya Mahabhav. That is reserved for Radharani. No soul can reach that. That is the private area of Radharani. The soul can reach Mahabhav Bhakti. So if we wish to reach that Mahabhav, then in our Sadhan Bhakti, we must remember that don't seek God as somebody far. Think He is my own. He is my very own. He is my soul beloved. You will feel close to Him and Nishkam Bhav. Never allow the desire for self-happiness to creep into your devotion. These various bhaktis, they have been clubbed together as Siddha Bhakti. Hence, in simple language, Kripaluji Maharaj says, do Sadhan Bhakti and you will get Siddha Bhakti.